Alright, this is going to be a video of the 30-inch Litex brand Vortex ceiling fan I got at the Habitat Restore. I got it because I volunteered there, and basically what I do for them is clean up and fix fans and lighting they receive by donation, make them more presentable and run better than they originally were. Now, like I said, this is branded Litex. Walmart had their own version of this, which was branded Mainstays. Pretty much the exact same thing, same motor, same parts. The only difference is some of them were a little bit cheaper. For instance, this would be thinner. These would be a lot thinner, and also the blades would have a much cheaper finish that easily scratches off. This one I suspect is the Litex version. Anyway, I'm going to demonstrate it now. Start with the light kit. See if that works. I'm using one extra mini style compact fluorescent bulb. A standard one will not fit just due to the fact that this globe is rather puny. And it's the same thing, basically gives the same output and light, just smaller size, that's all. Alright, I'm now going to turn the fan on now and start with the high speed. Now, one thing is for sure, that this is very powerful, even though it's not a large fan. It's only 30 inches wide. I don't know what that is in centimeters, but yeah, it's 30 inches wide. It's a good air mover, actually. You can probably hear in the camera mic a lot of air noise there. Yeah, definitely quite a powerful fan. I'd say it goes around, I don't know, 250 RPM, just judging by the little piece of tape I put on one of the blade brackets there. Now I think we'll go down to the medium speed. And when I first tested this fan, I was surprised to see that the medium is a lot slower than high. I'd say there's 100 RPM difference there, so this is around 150 RPM if high was 250. And finally, for the low speed, which I'll show with the light on just to, increase the frame rate. This probably goes somewhere around maybe, I don't know, 100 RPM, maybe 90. And this is actually quite a noisy fan because the motor is a little cheap, I find. Other parts are quite solid, but just the motor, didn't put too much attention to detail there, I can say. Alright, turn it off, slow down the moving blades, and I'm going to talk about some general information on it. This is definitely a Canadian model because it has a reverse pull chain, which is a third one here instead of a switch. See, that would just reverse the fan like that. I'm not going to show it in reverse because it's basically just the exact same thing, opposite direction, pretty much. It also is marked CSA, which is Canadian Standards Approved, as opposed to UL. I find that kind of interesting. In Canada, a lot of products are marked as UL, also some are marked as CSA. In the US, I don't think CSA is too common. I think it's mostly UL. Anyway, another thing about this fan I may mention is that it came in a pair of two. The second one I'm not going to bother making a video of because it's the exact same thing as this. So, yeah. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the pros and cons. I like the fact that the fan is so tiny because though it may be regarded as just small and kind of useless by some, it actually does have some interesting applications it could be implemented in. For instance, bathrooms, in the humidity that often is present there, this can definitely help in air movement. Another thing is hallways, because sometimes they're narrow, sometimes they're wide. This is definitely good for something like that. Also, small bedrooms. Another application I could see this being used in. It is somewhat versatile, I guess, because the blades are reversible from bleached oak to white. When I actually give it to the Restore, I think I'm going to switch the blades over to bleached oak because it gives the fan a little bit more depth. But I'm just keeping it on the white side for now because that's what it came with. Same like the other fan. I believe this was also sold in multicolor, English brass, and steel. Because I know the 42-inch version of this was sold in those colors under the name Mainstays. This version I know was sold in multicolor and white, English brass, and steel. I can't confirm, however. Anyway, overall, in terms of what I would rank it out of 5 stars, I'd have to give it 3. I mean, I never thought I would say this because it was undoubtedly meant to be a bargain buy fan. I mean, it's nothing fancy whatsoever. But all in all, it's not too bad a quality. This is quite thick metal. The blades actually seem quite sturdy. And yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And in terms of what I recommend it or not, if you can actually still buy these, personally I wouldn't, because the motor is kind of cheap, even though the other parts are not. I would stick with something like Hunter, but you know what? If you need a budget fan, this isn't actually too bad of an option. So, I hope you appreciated this video, and there's lots more to come.